Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you how I use the Quizizz website for creating quizzes or assigning homework or even just like a sort of online worksheet for the student. So the first thing you need to create an account and you can use your Google account and the K12 account for doing that. Then this is the URL for the quizzes. So the first thing you need to do is after creating the account will be logging in. I have my username already saved in my browser so I don't have to type every time and logging in. So here you have the choice to select any quiz you want to find. So let's try one for chemistry. So we'll type periodic table and they will show me a list of quizzes that I can use in my class. And when you uh, hover over the quizzes, they will show you on the right what will be the question. But if you don't feel like you can read on the right side, you can open the quiz itself. Let me pick this one because this one had the periodic table and they had 20 questions already. So you select this one. And I normally what I do is I duplicate. So I had that one already in my on dashboard, and then I start reviewing every single question to see if they are appropriate, they have the right answer. You can click here in show answers and see the answer the author proposed, and you go over that and you say, okay, I don't want this question, so you click edit here, and then you had the choice to modify the question you want to remove. Let's say this is not the right question, just click edit here and change the question or modify like okay, the horizontal row on periodic table is called period, this is the right one, and you can do the following. Like okay, you don't feel like a family is the right word here as a choice, so you can say edit and modify and say, okay, maybe I will call this one halogens, and that will be the choice. Let me put on lowercase because all the answers are in lowercase, so that will be more matching the rest of the answer. But the good thing about this is, okay, I found that I had 20 questions, which is all of them are right, and I can use all of them. But eventually you say, well, this is a homework and I need to add more questions. So you do the following. Search for periodic table questions on the same Quizizz website, and they start showing you different other quizzes, and you say, okay, let me try this one. I like this one. Let me add to my quiz. So you can add this one and then go to another one, and I say, okay, let me see if there is something that I missing on that one. Oh, I like this one too. So instead now of having 20 questions, if you can see here, I added two of them, a new question to my quiz, and this is ready. When you can also change the name of the quiz. They say periodic table, but you can say, okay, this is periodic table like pre chapter quiz or after chapter quiz. So you can modify or rename your quiz again, and that's it. When you finish, you click on this one and that will be ready for posting in your classroom. So there are three options here on the right that you can share the quiz with your student. I normally use the game or the homework game. Those two are the most common one. The most common one that I use is a homework game. I click on this one And they asked me, when do you want this quiz to finish, or they call game? So you select the day, 24, this is today or tomorrow. Okay, let's say I want the quiz to finish today at 5 p.m. So you select the time here and you say, okay, I want the quiz to finish at 5 p.m. So you can assign to your student and they can work on the quiz uh, in all your classes, or that's up to you. But before you assign to the student, you can go to the option below. They say shuffle question and shuffle answers, so you can activate them. I select to hide the answer so the student will have less chance to look at somebody else's answer after they finish. They and also do the review on the board. That will be my choice. So I turn off this one, and this is an interesting option you have here. Show leaderboard. It will show you what the student is in front of the class answering all the questions, and that will be interesting because some the students try to compete to each other and see if they can finish first or if they can score more points, and that's something that made the quiz a little bit more active because they can see who is in front of the class doing the quiz and how many points, who is first, who is second, who is third. So this is something that encourages students to really uh, get involved and work on the quiz. You can set the timer. Timer is also for point. If the student, I mean, if you want to do like a really quick quiz, you can set the timer on. So every time the student try to answer, they will give you like a 30-second, 45-second to answer that question, and that will give them more point for answering on time. But still, they can answer even if they are late. It will not make any difference. I let this one on because I know the student want to have a feedback, like a funny one, like saying, "Oh, you are doing a great job. You are awesome. This is the best answer I got." So this is sort of quick feedback from the website, and then the play music. I turn this off because otherwise it will be noisy when they are doing in class. So going back to assigning, you click on proceed here, and because I had linked already you can share with the student. I had linked it to my Google Classroom. You can share the code on the screen, or you can assign directly to Remind or Google Classroom. My options always is on through the Google Classroom. I click on here, and they will ask me what classroom they want. I want to assign this particular quiz. So I have all the classes here. Okay, let me select 7 hour, and then I can change the quiz and I can say, okay, this is about periodic table, and then I will say, when do you want the quiz to be available in your Google Classroom? You click here, and then you say, okay, I want the quiz to be Wednesday. Save it. 2:50. So this quiz will be already in your Google Classroom available. The student will not see the quiz until the October 24 at 2:50. And then you assign the quiz. If you want to remove the quiz, you need to go to the Google Classroom and manually, like if I go to my classroom here, you can go to your 7 hour and it should be under draft, and you will see how okay, it's my 7 hour. You click on save a post. Yeah, this is the one I think I'm showing priority table. See that? They gave the student two links on this, one for cell phone and one for the internet. So that it doesn't make any difference. You can click anyone. If you are using a Chromebook, it will not make any difference. And then you can create a topic or assign any topic you already have, like a quizzes, and keep a schedule so you can manually modify. Again, by going to the save post here, you will see that it's scheduled to 250. Okay, let me go back again to the quizzes scene. How do I know the result of the student? You go to the report and you see the pre-chapter periodic table is running. Nobody answered that one. But those quizzes that I have here before, they are showing me the one that I did yesterday or the day before. And if I click on any of them, I can go to questions and see okay, this class did a quiz yesterday and the accuracy was 88%. There were a question that the student need to answer and they 21 players. Sometimes it doesn't mean you had 21 students. Sometimes the player means that some student tried the quiz 2 times. Actually, in this class, there is only one student who tried the quiz 2 times. So you go to players, you will see who was the one who tried the quiz 2 times. It's up to you to decide how many student. I mean, how many times the student want to do that. How can you fix that? Well, one way will be telling the student that you will not count the second time, or because they will record the first and the second time point for the same student with the same name. Or also, what I do is limiting the time for taking the quiz, so that will be hard for them to take a second time. But both will work. Okay, you can try limiting the time or telling the student, okay, I only will count the first time or the best score. It depends of your goal on using that quiz. So notice that I can go question by question. I can reorder my question by accuracy here and going from 100. So I don't pay attention to the 100, but then I noticed that the question number A, only 71% of the students answered that one right. So I can spend time in front of the classroom with the touch screen board telling the student why this is the right answer and clarify any question. So Quizizz is very useful for pre-lab question. I use a lot for the at the beginning of the class. You can also have an overview who did what in your classroom, and you can also download the result, print it, or just delete the result that the student go in your quiz. I have my own collection, so you can create collection like a classifying by chapters, by groups you are teaching. So you can organize your quiz and having your own like a collection of quizzes. I use that one too. And what else I can say about this? And the student, when they finish the quiz, automatically the results are posted in the Google Classroom, so they get a feedback not only from you, but also you see the group of a student go. And I don't have to type this. See this one? The student resubmitted the quiz because she did 2 times. So this is the report I get as soon as the student finish doing the quiz. So you don't have to type that grade. Just go if you want. If you are planning to post this one in Google in the Power School, the only thing you need to do is type in those results, because those are the one that was the answer the student submitted. Even this student have like a lower percent, and he make a comment like a quiz finish before I had time to finishing up, and that's all the thing that you can see in your Google Classroom. these two were missing. They didn't do the quiz. I don't know the reason, so I can go over that with them, or I can also make a comment in Power School if I'm going to post this one. Okay, this is my short presentation on Quizizz. Hopefully, you will be using that for your class. And if you have any question, please email me and contact me, and I will be willing to explain you more. Thank you for watching.